folks, Will here again with Happily Ever Outdoors. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Survival Blanket 2.0 from Ultimate Survival Technologies. I just need to let you guys know real quick that I am currently serving as a brand ambassador for UST. That means they send me out free gear to test and review in exchange for my unbiased opinion, and I also help them with promoting some of their products. However, I am not paid to publish positive reviews, so any statements that I make or opinions that I express in this video are my own. Now, while this thing is called a survival blanket, this actually works really well as a shelter tarp too. This thing is 60 inches by 83 inches when it's rolled out. When you get it out of the box, it's folded up. I went ahead and rolled it up because that worked a little better for me as far as packing it. But you guys can see it goes fairly small rolled up like this, but it is a little bit bigger than probably some like ultralight tarps you might be familiar with, because this is a heavier duty material. So this is pretty strong, kind of like a traditional tarp, but it's pretty tough. Now this thing comes in at right between 13 and 14 ounces, and it does come with a 2-year limited warranty from UST. So opening this up a bit for you guys, we can see that this does have a bright orange outer layer, which is going to be really good as far as emergency situations, for signaling and just making sure people can see where you're at. A really good color to have. It's also got a bright reflective metallic inner layer. Now this is going to be meant to reflect your body heat, and it works really well at doing that. So if you're in an emergency situation, you're using this to try to retain your body heat, that's definitely going to work. On the flip side, you could actually turn it inside out, put the reflective layer facing out if you're using it for a shelter tarp, if you're in a situation where it was really extreme heat, to help reflect some of that heat away from you, and also for signaling purposes. You could flash that thing out and you could get a really good signal going. I'm going to go ahead and pull this thing out just so you guys can get a better idea of the scale of this blanket. You can see, even rolled up, even though it is kind of a tough material, it rolls and unrolls really easily. So it's not going to be a big pain when you have to take it out. Again, you can see bright orange on one side, reflective on the other. I'll back up just so you can see. And I'm 5'6", 5'6" inches, and you can see standing up, I can pretty much pull this in, and it's enough to cover me from head to toe. This is weatherproof, waterproof, windproof, so it will work even if this is all you have and you were hunkered down underneath this thing, pull it up over your head and everything, and you're going to be protected from the elements. And just from a very short amount of time standing here like this, I can feel my own body heat reflecting back onto me, so it's going to keep you very warm. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the Survival Blanket 2.0 also works really well as a shelter tarp. This thing, again, is completely windproof and waterproof, so it's going to keep you dry and keep you warm. Another advantage you can see right here, having that reflective layer on the inside. If I were to set up a campfire nearby to where I'm sleeping, the heat from that campfire, as well as my own body heat, are going to kind of radiate and circulate inside that space right there and keep me super warm. Now, this was a super easy shelter that I was able to put together with really minimal time, minimal supplies, and minimal effort. You can see I just had a short length of paracord that I used to tie one corner off to a tree. On this end, I just took a stick that I found that was falling on the ground. I sharpened it on one end, pounded that into the ground, and just cut it down enough to where that grommet would fit inside on the top. And boom, I've got a really good little impromptu shelter right here. Now you can see this isn't super huge, but this is big enough that I can get underneath this thing with my pack and stay dry. Now, if I had 2 of these survival blankets, I would be really well off even in cold weather. I could go ahead and wrap myself up in one, get myself situated, And you can see I'm completely protected from the elements, and this is going to do a really good job of retaining my body heat. Now, with an MSRP of $19.99, these things are definitely a little more of an investment when you compare them to like Mylar space blankets, something along those lines. They're also going to be a little bit heavier. They're going to take some more space in your bag. However, these are definitely going to be a lot more durable, and I would much rather have a shelter tarp like this in a serious emergency situation than a Mylar space blanket, hands down. Also, if you were into backpacking, ultralight, that kind of thing, this could work really well for that too. Personally, I see this also as a great preparedness item to have in every vehicle that you drive. You never know, especially in the wintertime, an emergency might happen. You have a car accident, you have a breakdown, you get stranded in the middle of nowhere, in the snow, and this could really seriously save your life, just being able to stay warm. So there's a lot of value in this product. There's a lot of long-term function durability that I see here, and I'm really impressed. So if you've been looking for a more durable, long-term solution in terms of a emergency survival blanket or shelter tarp, take a look at the UST Survival Blanket 2.0. Alright folks, this concludes our review of the UST Survival Blanket 2.0. Feel free to leave your comments and questions below, and make sure you subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.